Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Brother Sister Show. This is episode 92, getting really close to triple digits. A little scary. We got to do something big. We'll figure it out. We are a family-owned and operated podcast where two siblings keep in touch by talking about movies. My name is Anthony.
I'm Livia.
And yeah, I'm joined here with my sister Livia. And this week we're talking about Shang-Chi, The Legend of the Ten Rings. And The Legend of the Ten Rings?
Yes.
And The Legend of the Ten Rings. But before we get into that, we like to catch up. So what's up? What's new?
My life is consumed by wasps.
You got
right
a wasp situation going on.
Yeah. Yes, I do. I guess I don't know. I get confused whenever I tell you guys stuff in our family, not Zoom chat, FaceTime. I was going to say Zoom chat, our family FaceTime, when I tell you guys stuff and then like what I say on the podcast. But I don't think I said anything about this.
No.
Because it happened on like Sunday. But so Sebastian and I were about to go eat dinner. And this was like at 7:00 maybe on Sunday. Mm-hmm. And when I opened the door to leave, a wasp just like flew in the apartment, which like, you know, I don't know. There's just random bees and stuff everywhere. So whatever. And I screamed. I did scream. And I ran into the laundry room and Sebastian took care of it. And so we were like, that was funny. It took us a while to like, you know, kill it, which felt bad. I don't know if wasps do anything for... I don't know. But, like, it was in our house. It was in our home, so, like, what am I going to do? So we killed it. And then...
R.I.P.
Which, fine, whatever. And then we were about to leave. And this... I think I already told my Candyman story about a wasp being inside my apartment. Right. So I was like, this happens. Maybe it's almost winter, and I know animals just, like, wild out whenever it's about to be winter because they're going to hibernate. So I think it's the same thing for insects. I don't know. So then we were about to leave again, round 2. I even think I said that. I was like, okay, round 2. I opened the door and the visual was like burned into my brain of in the top corner of our door, at least 10 to 15 wasps just like gathered and crawling all over each other. And so I slammed the door, and Sebastian and I looked at each other like, what the fuck are we going to do? I had a little mental breakdown because I was like, we can never leave. Like, we just have to stay here forever now.
Well, you have experience quarantining, so...
Yeah, I was like, and we hadn't even got groceries because I kept putting it off. And I was like, well, we're going to run out of food, but like, I don't know. I'll just have my parents just like throw me something from our balcony. I don't know. But so I was like, what the fuck do we do? And then I think, so of course the fear, and I don't know how I thought this was going to happen because we came home at like 1, didn't see anything. And then we stayed inside until like maybe like 7. And that's when we were about to leave. And that's when we saw all of them. And at first I was like, my irrational self was like, well, there's a nest, fully formed nest in the corner of our entryway. So what are we going to do? And then, I don't know. I was at a loss of what to do. I was like freaking out. Then we called like our parents. I called my parents. Sebastian called his parents. We're like, what the fuck do we do? And everybody was basically like, you have to go outside and like kill them, because they were like, obviously there's not a nest, dummy. Right. And my mom was like, maybe there's one in the walls or who knows. But I was like, fuck. Well, she said, because she had seen them, she came over a few days before that. Mm-hmm. And when she came, she did say that she was like, there's a bunch of bees on your door. And I was like confused because I don't know. I was like, maybe she's just dramatic. Oh, the irony. She was not being dramatic. And so yeah. And it ended up, so Sebastian did have to, like, we did this whole, like, he wanted to run out. He's like, so I'm going to run out, and you open the door. And I was like, no, I don't want to do that.
It's like Mission Impossible at this point.
That's what it felt like. And I was like, I was like crying because I was like, I don't want you to go out there. Because I don't know anything about wasps. I thought they all attack you. I thought that's what they're known for, is that they just, like, instantly attack you. And you hear those horror stories of people that they get, like, attacked. They disturb a nest and they get attacked and they die. And so obviously I have anxiety, I have ADHD, I have all these mental stuff, so of course my brain is going to be like, yeah, we go outside and we're going to die. And like, sure, that's dramatic, but like I can't stop my brain from being like, yeah, you're going to die, because my brain thinks I'm dying like 5 days out of the fucking week. And there's a swarm of wasps outside my door. Yeah, I think we're going to die. And so he went outside, and when he went outside, God, I wish somebody recorded this because it was really funny. Because he ran outside in like his hoodie, so that just in case they did sting him, it would just get the hoodie. And when we did, I like opened the door and slammed it, and one got in, and I killed it. I killed it pretty easily, so that was nice. But I like screamed. And so I screamed, and I heard Sebastian yell from the outside, "Are you okay?"
That's funny.
It was just a complete mess. And honestly, it has been kind of it has been a nuisance ever since, because we did get rid of them that first day, but then the next day in the morning it was fine. But then I just had a feeling that they would just keep coming back, because I did some research about wasps. I know more than I would like to know. Everything I know about wasps has been against my will. Was what I'll say.
I think that's the common thing. I don't think anyone happens to learn about wasps unless you're like an
probably do
entomologist or something.
Exactly. So I learned that when it starts to get cool, which it's not cool at all, but okay. But during the fall, when like early in the fall, when it's about to get cooler, which maybe that's a good signal of that it's going to not be 99
Winter's
every
coming.
Fucking day.
It's the wasp equivalent of a Groundhog Day.
Exactly. That they start to mate. And when they mate, they don't do it in like a nest or anything. They go and find specific areas. And the reason, and so I was pretty confident that's what that was, because we like put our ear to the wall. We're like, maybe if we hear buzzing, then like for sure there's a nest inside of the, or no, if I heard buzzing inside of the wall, then that's what's happening with that. Basically, they're just like, you know in movies when they're in like a high school movie, when they're like, oh, this is the park that everybody goes to fuck. That's our door. Where they just go, like they won't be there in the morning. Like we check every morning, they're not there. But around this, like during the daytime, probably after they've woken up, after they've, had dinner with their families, they sneak off into the night and just fuck the queen bee. Because I don't want people to just think that I just like WebMD this, or no, that I just like kind of self-diagnosing what this is, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is, because for one, like I said, they leave pretty willingly after we the first time after we opened and closed the door. I think they were like, oh shit, like we didn't realize anybody lived here. Because the second time Sebastian opened the door, or he sprayed out, and then whenever he ran out, he said there was only like 4 or 5 there. So I think we scared a lot of them away, which is good. Or I killed a lot of them, I think. I don't want to see, I don't want to see like Ant-Man and the Wasp. Like I can't do that shit anymore.
Too traumatic, yeah.
Yeah, can't do it. We are probably going to go see Candyman tomorrow. And I told Sebastian, I don't know, I think I've had enough of the bees.
Again?
But yeah, Sebastian hasn't seen it.
Oh.
And I mean, I'd like to revisit it. I don't know I don't think my opinions will change, but we'll see.
We'll go listen to episode 91 to hear all of our thoughts if you haven't on Candyman.
Yeah.
What else have you watched?
Yeah. Oh, you don't want to talk about what you've been doing before we get into
Oh, yeah, sure. School's still happening. Every day it just feels like I'm going to a super spreader event. Less and less people wearing masks. I don't know. I'm pretty sure the cases are still up. You know, I've had one. I've heard of a couple of people who, you know, have gotten it, and they're just not in class, which it doesn't make sense. Like, why, if the capability is there, we did it all last year. Just why not be safe? But I don't know. I'm doing good.
Yeah.
I have a test scheduled this Thursday. Oh, when this episode comes out, so that'll be cool. Not because I like came into contact, but just because I don't know. I feel like I just feel so scared every single day. Like just riding the bus.
Yeah.
It's kind of ridiculous.
Hey, if you continue to wear your mask, I mean, I think you have reason to be nervous, but if you continue to wear your mask and do what you're supposed to do, then
yeah, there is a lot of solace, like just knowing that. So that's cool.
and the booster is going to come out soon, I think.
Yeah, I know that it's like already out for the old people.
And get your flu shot.
Yeah, I need to get that. But right here, we've decorated the apartment a little bit more, because we had something in the closet was broken and they came and fixed it. It took a while, but we were able to put more stuff up. And I got a turntable because so Kayla and I started that hobby, that very expensive hobby of collecting, vinyl. So I think I'm gonna just like have the ones that I have every episode. It'll
Flex.
Yeah, just slight flex, just to spice up the background. Because if not, it would just be kind of lame. So
Maybe that's what I should do. I'm trying to figure out what to do for this.
Well, yeah, you
Little
could be like completely unoriginal and just copy what I did, but
Not that. I don't know. Maybe I don't know what I'm gonna do yet.
you already have the thing that changes every day or every episode.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna stick to that because it takes a lot of brain power to think about stuff. Like for this one, it took me a lot of brain power to think about something.
That's a good one. It's a good one to add.
Thank you.
Oh, but yeah, for those
I
of you,
feel like the other one was a little too obvious, so this one I was like, I need to. If you know, you
get
know.
a deep cut. This is for those of you listening. Go to YouTube. Hopefully the episode's out by the time this one comes out on YouTube. It should be. But I have Czarface MF Doom Super Wet album representing. I don't have that many, so hopefully I'll get some more soon to like show off. So that
I don't get cool vinyls like that. Like my prized possession is my Pretty in Pink soundtrack. I like soundtracks for movies.
So Bo Burnham announced that his are releasing, or his CD, vinyl.
It's up for pre-order right now, right?
Yeah, it's up for pre-order. It drops in like December, which I would imagine it takes a while to make it, but it seems like a long time. And I really wanted to get the like limited edition one where it's like a clear vinyl, but they sold out. A little sad.
I didn't even order one yet. I should have got on it.
Yeah, I was going to, but this cost a lot, so I'm just going to save a little bit. And then when it actually comes out, I think Target has a special one too. It's not just like black, the vinyl itself. It's like a yellow transparent one.
Maybe Barnes & Noble too.
Yeah, I know
they sell like limited edition ones.
Yeah, that'll definitely be on a future episode because I don't know. It's like I feel like it's a pretentious hobby, a little bit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But I mean, it does sound a little bit better because I know some albums actually like change the master for the vinyl. I don't want to get into it. But that's all I got going on, pretty much.
All right.
Letterboxd.
Let's get into our Letterboxd hour.
Letterboxd it up.
Okay.
Go for it. Alternate.
I watched. How many are you gonna do?
I have 3. I have 4, not
Okay,
including Shang-Chi.
Okay. Same. Okay, so I watched a movie called Level 16.
Okay.
I don't know if I talked about this on the last one. I don't think I did.
I don't think so.
If I did, sorry. But yeah, I saw this one on TikTok, and I don't know, TikTok, I don't trust them. I don't trust people on TikTok, especially people that talk about there's one I forgot to put on here. It's okay. So, especially the people that talk about horror films or like creepy thrillers, stuff like that. They're always like, the twist in here you'll never see coming. This is the scariest movie I've ever seen. Like stuff like that. And it just has like one scary scene. This one was interesting. It did have like a kind of a good twist, but I don't know. It wasn't like, it didn't blow me away, you know? I feel like if it would have had a bigger budget, then maybe it would have been a little bit better. I mean, I don't know. For an relatively unknown movie, it was pretty good. So I recommend it for that. I think it's a good, like, I feel like I say this all the time, but it's a good, just having something on when you're like working. That's what I watched when I was working. And like, stuff like that, I feel like if I would have sat down to watch this purposefully, I would feel like I wasted my time. That being said, I saw Cinderella.
Man.
So this is the traumatic night that we first saw the Wasps. And so I told Sebastian, we're just picking up food and coming home because I'm not like, it's been a lot this day. And we knew that Cinderella was going to be really shitty. So I was like, well, let's just watch it. This is my first no star.
I was just about to say.
I couldn't even give it any. I was trying to figure out maybe if I had to change it, I would give half star for Billy Porter. But like even then, he deserved more. Like having him as the fairy godmother, genius. But in this movie with this Cinderella, stupid. I didn't realize it was gonna be a musical. I don't know why. I feel like that should have been like a trigger warning or something because it wasn't even just a musical. Like if it was like, that's kind of understandable, like especially if it's a Disney movie.
Sure.
But it was something called a jukebox musical. I don't know if you heard about those, where it's like modern songs.
Oh.
But like Ella Enchanted. I don't know if you remember that movie.
Across the universe?
Exactly like that, actually. Kind of. So this one had like Somebody to Love. It had What a Man. It had that's the only ones I can think of. So yeah, bad. Just that was Rhythm Nation. I don't know if you've heard that. Okay. If you've heard that song on TikTok, like the audio, it's horrendous.
Oh, maybe.
And it's so bad. Yeah, and so this movie, so bad. Why in the world would somebody ever be like, you know who should be Cinderella? Camila Cabello. I would want Shawn Mendes before I would want her as Cinderella. Like she's just so not interesting. To give her credit, I mean, maybe I'm just like, just the last performance I'd seen by somebody who is not an actor was Addison Rae. So she was not that bad compared to her, because I mean, I don't know, but she's like, clearly her acting credentials are from music videos before this. Like that's the kind of like vibe I'm getting from her, where like she knows how to look dramatic, but she doesn't really understand that the gravity of the role that she was given. You know, like she was just the most forgettable Cinderella I've ever seen. Like for somebody with the most beautiful dress in the room, I can't even remember what it looked like.
I don't think I'll ever see it. So glad that you could have brought that to the table.
Well, don't speak too soon, sir. Because you already know it's the top of the list.
Sad.
And then, we said we're going to go back and forth. I'm sorry.
It's cool. I was just rolling with it. Might as well finish yours out.
Okay. Well, I figured you'd finish out because you did you had the punishment. All right. And then I watched Captain America, and I didn't realize, I just remembered that you commented on this.
Yeah.
I can't see that. Why can I? Oh, okay. So I said, now I see a lot of people like this one. So Sebastian and I, the reason I watched is because Sebastian and I were talking about it. And I said, I don't know what happened. Like, I've never seen it. And I know a lot of people like it. And I don't know. So you can read your comment.
Oh, I don't want to read it verbatim, but I essentially
Yeah.
said that it's as forgettable as Thor: Dark World. Like if you, I can't remember anything that happened in that movie. It's just like if I had to name all of the MCU movies, those would be like the last ones that wouldn't even cross my mind. I don't even.
To compare it to Dorothark. Whoa. Did you hear what I said?
Dorthark World.
Dorthark World.
Not-
to compare it to that movie is really dumb, Anthony. You know it was not.
Not
that
in
bad.
terms of quality, just in terms of forgetfulness. Like I
Okay.
don't remember anything that happened in Winter Soldier.
See, that's kind of why I like it, though. Well, not that. So I like it because it's like
I liked it because
I don't know. It's not. I don't know, because I had seen, of course, before Shang-Chi, the ones that I had seen recently were like Age of Ultron, Endgame, Infinity War, like stuff with a lot of stakes, and it was really dramatic. And this one was just like a good old mystery solving, and I liked it. I thought it was like it was a good continuation, a good sequel, I think. Yeah, that's why I think the comparison to Thor is like beyond insulting, Anthony.
No,
And you know it's better than that, you little piece of shit. I'm just kidding.
give it a month and see if you remember anything that happens in that movie.
But I mean, I don't remember anything, Anthony. That's
I'm just saying, like I just
well, yeah, maybe
could have
it's
just been
forgettable,
swept under
but
the
it's
rug.
not. I think it's pretty good. I really liked it.
Sure, that was in my argument.
Yeah, I don't know. It just seemed like a very simple. I think I like it, and I think a lot of people like it because it's so simplistic. Because if you watch like Age of Ultron, there's just so much shit going on. There's so many people. They're like just talking about like, I don't know. It feels like one of those movies where there's so many Easter eggs, and like Marvel fans know who this is, but you feel like an idiot because you're like, what's going on?
Maybe.
And so I like this movie because it's so simplistic. It has Robert Redford, Anthony. You have some fucking respect.
I'm just saying.
I don't know. I like it.
Yeah,
thought it was
sure.
fine.
I honestly can't speak to the quality. I'm sure it's not as bad as Thor: Dark World because I can't
But,
emphasize
okay.
this enough. I literally do
I
not
know.
remember the movie.
But the way you worded that comment, you can't act like I'm the one who's like, well, I'd back off. I didn't say it was bad. You said gun to my head. I couldn't name one thing about this movie.
I can't.
So forgive me if I thought you didn't like it.
I'm just saying I can't remember anything, man.
You said threatened my entire family and livelihood, and I couldn't tell you a fucking word that Steve Rogers said in this movie.
I probably couldn't.
But I didn't hate it.
I mean, I can't speak to it because I don't remember it.
I know, but
Anyways.
it's just so funny the animosity that comment had, and you're like, hey, but I didn't say I didn't like it.
Hey.
I feel like I'm being gaslit.
Well, movies that I will remember.
Yeah.
I rewatched Seeking a Friend for the End of the World. Just a good comfort movie. Just a great one. Always puts me in a good mood, even though it's like
Still
kind of
yet
sad.
to see it.
I mean,
Is
it's
that Lorene Scafaria?
like who's in it
Director.
or? Yeah, it is. It is. Steve Carell, Keira Knightley.
It's Bo Burnham's girlfriend.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I told you that before.
Mm-hmm. Shang-Chi, which I'll save for later. Oh, Seeking a Friend is a 5-star for me. Completely 5-star. Then last night I watched Flower.
I love that movie. I think it's really, really good.
It's a good one. I kept on reading Letterboxd reviews that are like, yeah, you could just tell a man wrote this, which, like, thinking about it, it's kind of funny because it's like the spoiler, skip like 30 seconds, like this, the brother gets with her stepsister, which is just
Yeah,
funny.
God forbid anybody loves a fat person.
I gave it 2.5 stars.
Sorry.
I like the main character. Catherine Hahn's in it. I don't even know how to carry on.
But that's the energy those are giving off.
Right.
Like if he was skinny and exactly the same character, exactly the same, everything, but if he was skinny, then everybody would be fucking simping over him, and they'd be like, "Oh, I'm so glad that they ended
got
up together."
Yeah, it was meant to be.
So,
I liked it though. Good movie. Like it was. I don't know. It felt fresh. Like I haven't seen a movie like that in a while. Then
the ending song, one of my favorite songs, and it plays at the very, very end, and I found it from this movie. And it's a solid song.
Solid up to that movie. Then second to last is He's All That.
Okay, so well, tell me your thoughts, and then I want you to speak on if you know what I was talking about when I texted you, that there was one genuinely good part of the movie that made me tear up a little bit.
Okay, I feel like I did have an idea of that, but then I don't even remember this movie anymore.
Okay. Understandable.
So it was pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote in my review that the only redeeming quality was that it made me laugh whenever the sister was like, "Yeah, he's a total horse girl."
That was really funny.
That made me laugh because he has like the mane going on for him.
She was the redeeming factor in that.
Yeah.
The sister.
Addison Rae, like you said, didn't do as bad as I expected, but it was kind of dumb. Just everything about it. The whole like, I don't show my pictures to anyone, and then he just like very quickly, I don't know, just like it didn't feel true to his character that he, I don't know, he just went against everything in him for this girl that, I don't know. He should have been more suspicious. I feel like the character would have been way more suspicious as to, 4 years, why are you barely talking to me?
Then again, he's skinny. I'm just kidding.
I was like, what are you talking about?
I just like to make people uncomfortable by talking about fat people so much.
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
I don't remember.
But he did reveal his pictures for a kiss.
Oh, yeah.
That's when she kissed him. She's like, "Oh, well, that's how he really likes me."
He showed me some pictures.
He's definitely not playing me by doing that whole...
He could have easily just said that he's never shown people pictures.
They didn't have that line where she's like, "Is this what you do with the other girls?"
Oh. Classic. And then I kept on thinking of this kid because I forgot where he's from, where I knew him from. And Kayla and I watched this show called Designated Survivor. I think I mentioned it a while ago, and he's Kiefer Sutherland's son in the show.
The guy that's all that?
Yeah, the guy that's all that. Which is like so funny because his character in the show is like so annoying and dumb. And he's supposed to be this like cool horse guy.
The one thing that they did get right is I feel like people that wear beanies all the time, I'm like, why?
Yeah, they did.
I didn't like that. But
okay.
Oh, so the part.
Yeah.
Do you know the part?
If I had to guess, it would probably be
the dancing. I'm just kidding.
Was it the dancing?
No.
When I don't know, he was talking about someone's mom, or someone was talking about someone's mom.
Nope.
No.
Okay. So it was when his sister, when she was trying to get him to like go to the dance, and she was telling him like, "I really miss you," like stuff like that. She's like, "Well, when you were with her, you were like so happy, and I miss seeing you happy. And she started crying, and it was like genuinely really good acting. When she started, well, to me, I don't know, people are gonna be like, you think that's good acting? But that line read that she did, like the way she cried was so, I was like, holy shit, she's actually crying. And I don't know if it was just like a, one kind of good scene in a really shitty movie, but it seemed like she did some acting. I would take a look at that. Maybe I'll like send you a timestamp, because it genuinely, I was like, whoa.
Whoa.
That was me whenever I was telling Sebastian about the Wasps. I was like, we just can't go outside.
I miss being happy.
You haven't been happy since the Wasps.
And the part in the movie that was like the most dumb was when Addison Rae, I don't even remember her character's name, was passing out flyers.
Oh, Pageant was her name. Continue.
That was so stupid, bro. And she was like fake passing them out, and like there was like the audible like of like papers.
I should have had
rustling.
you like gather a bunch of flyers or like papers so that you can try to do that.
It was like I guess if I didn't see a video on it, I probably wouldn't have noticed.
I didn't notice it at all.
But I forgot to. There's two shows I want to talk about that I've been meaning to talk about. White
this
Lotus.
Part is long.
Yeah.
Oh, I have lots of thoughts. Did you finish it?
Well, yeah, I finished. Everything you said about it makes sense. I don't know if it was on the podcast how like it was written in a night or like a weekend or whatever.
Oh, that's what I heard in another podcast.
It makes sense because I don't know, it kind of fizzled out towards the end.
Show. Yeah,
it felt like the lady who was like super rich. I mean, all of them were rich. And like she had her mom's ashes. Could have done without all of that. Made zero sense.
I loved her. I disagree. I loved her arc because I feel like that was the only one that it didn't had, like you said, it was kind of just like a, like if it's a storyline arc, it was just a fucking flat line. But I think the flat line was pretty elevated because she did some good acting. There was some complexity to her character. I was always like guessing of what she was gonna do, the type of person she was. I thought she was genuine, and at the end we're kind of like, oh well, she's just like trying to fill an empty hole
for the spa lady.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, that I really liked because like I like the concept of having a show about nothing, but like
Seinfeld.
Yeah, but this one it kept the same energy throughout. The other ones were kind of like, it felt like we were promised a lot and then given nothing. And this one we weren't promised anything and we weren't given anything.
Well, we were kind of promised.
I don't know. She was fucking hilarious. She was so funny.
Or not with that specific time or storyline. I just like in general we got what.
Oh yeah. I don't know.
The reason it reminded me, He's All That reminded me with the stupid flyers, is that there's a scene when they find out, when the manager, I don't remember his name, finds out that someone's like that Kai stole the jewels. I'll use just my phone, but when he gets the phone, he brings it like this. He has it on his ear like this.
Does he really?
I'll put it in the episode on YouTube. But
how do you not know? What if that's how his ear is? What if that's how it works?
No, because he moves it like that. And
how
like,
would you not tell that happens?
How could I tell?
No, how could like the actor be like, oh sorry, my ear, I did something stupid with my ear. Can I do another take?
I don't know. I guess he just wanted to roll with it to keep it going, but yeah, that would completely throw me out. Because it's like,
I don't know though.
It's like
sorry,
I rewinded it while we were watching it. I was like, "Did you see that, Kayla?" She's like, "No, what are you talking about?" And we put it, or we rewatched it, and it kind of looks like it's on his ear, but then he turns and it's like so obvious that is just not on his ear.
Why would he do that?
I don't know why
That's
they would
weird.
keep it in, because I feel like if I were working on a show, or at least directing an episode, I'd be like, yeah, we got to do that over again, like regardless of how
like,
good
hey,
it
you
was.
did something stupid with your ear. Yeah, what? That's weird.
It's
Well,
like,
first of all, that actor, loved him. I
Oh,
want to see
yeah.
him in so many other things.
Really
I feel
good.
like he looks so familiar. I'm sure he's done other stuff.
I'll look it up.
But honestly, the idea that this cast or that the crew and cast probably didn't give a shit about what else was going on in the show, honestly that tracks, because I just feel like this show just like led to it. I don't know. It felt like the crew gave out, or like the crew, like not just the crew, the cast, crew, the writers, everybody gave up by like episode 4.
Mm-hmm.
And they had such a cool setup of like the way that guy, the rich kid, was talking to that couple. Like I was like, oh, this is interesting. And then we learned that he accidentally stabbed somebody. Like, what? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, not super happy with it, but
Yeah. I don't understand the hype. I think people just are missing Succession. Sorry,
maybe.
go on.
I haven't seen it yet, but another show that I've been meaning to talk about for so long, and I feel like I completely missed the window, but I'm going to talk about it anyways, is Dave. Dave is a really, really well-written show, and you need to watch it. You as in you, Livia, but also you, the listener. You need to watch it. It's really good.
I will not.
Some of the... I can't think of a better... No, okay. Never mind. I can. But this is...
I just thought of one.
Yeah, I just thought of one. Some of the best season finales I've ever seen. Like, consistently. And I know it's only 2 seasons, but, like...
Oh.
Best closing of a season ever.
I bet I have one that tops it.
I don't think you do.
And I will watch. I think I do.
I don't think
I
you
will
do.
watch Dave if you watch Succession, because Succession has one of the best.
Fair enough. I'll do that. It's just like...
And also, if you want a White Lotus, just quick, and then you can go back to Dave. If you want a White Lotus kind of show that actually leads to shit and actually has drama, then you need to watch Succession. Okay, Dave.
Dave is just like... yeah, I mean... It's really well made, and it just feels like Dave or Lil Dicky had a vision. He just like went straight with it, and just it stuck close to his heart. To like it's like loosely based on his life, and I don't know. There's a lot more we could talk about if you watch it.
I'll watch it. I don't know. I think it was. Maybe it's on me, but it did feel like when it first came out, I was like, why? Like, this guy truly annoys me. Like, just as a rapper, he just really annoyed me. So maybe this will change my mind on him.
Maybe. I think, I don't know. I really like him. Excited if they make a 3rd season. Yeah. That's all I have.
All right. This has been a long intro, but let's make it longer.
Yeah, this is almost the full episode.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's like 43 minutes at this, or 42 minutes at
Holy
this point.
shit. Yikes, sorry. Okay.
Well, a fourth of that is Wasp talk.
Yeah, we can probably cut all of that out, honestly.
Maybe a little bit.
Okay. Alrighty. Oh, I didn't even think about anybody. Hold up.
For our family tree game, let's, yeah, okay, I got someone.
Oh my god. I'm so glad we don't have to show how we spelled.
No, I think we should start that actually right now. Let's start doing that. I'll go first.
Nope, I'm not going to show it.
I chose Mark Ruffalo.
Oh, we need to get out of the MCU, because I chose Kumail Nanjiani. Well, we can't use Eternals.
No, we can't use Eternals.
Okay, then yeah, let's keep it.
Eternals isn't out yet.
You said Mark Ruffalo?
Marcus Ruffalois. Indeed.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to put 5 minutes on the clock for realsies.
Okay.
And If we don't do it, we don't do it. We suck. Okay. Ready? Set.
Have
Go.
it in 6.
Holy
I
shit.
did it. I just want to. I'm a completist. I needed to complete. All right.
Okay, go for it.
Mark Ruffalo is in Spotlight with Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton is in Birdman with Emma Stone. Emma Stone is in Easy A with Stanley Tucci. Stanley Tucci is in The Devil Wears Prada with Adrian Grenier. Adrian Grenier is in a show called Clickbait with Zoe Kazan. And Zoe Kazan is in The Big Sick with Kumail Nanjiani.
Wow. I've been meaning to watch Clickbait. Is it good?
Well, the mystery's good. I think it kept me guessing the entire time, so.
I'll watch it. Anyways, I got it in 3, sucker. So I chose Mark Ruffalo, who's in The Avengers with Samuel L. Jackson. Who's in The Incredibles with Holly Hunter.
Fuck you.
Who's in The Big Sick with Kumail Nanjiani. Because throughout the entire Big Sick, I was like, that's Elastigirl.
I don't even think that anymore. I don't even think I've ever thought that.
I've never thought that thought before.
Truly.
What an original thought.
I was like, and I knew I was like, maybe I can do it through her, but I couldn't think of anybody. And I was like, okay, if not her, Ray Romano. No. Bo Burnham. Nope.
I could have done it sooner, actually, I feel like. Because Kumail Nanjiani's in Stuber with
Oh my God.
Dave Bautista.
Yep. Who's in Endgame? Oh,
Endgame.
no.
Everyone's in Endgame.
No. Oh, yeah. You're right.
Yeah,
I forgot he
everyone's
was
in.
in at the end. I forgot.
Legitimately, everyone's in Endgame.
That's one thing that happened in Winter Soldier is that Nick Fury died. See, that's the thing, too, is that I watched it at the wrong time because I was like, yeah, because he died, but then he
What?
didn't actually die. And so, like, I looked at Sebastian when it happened. I was like, oh, I wonder what happens after this. Uh-oh.
How did he die? Like I said, I don't remember anything.
I don't remember, honestly. I think he was shot or something. See, in Robert Redford, he was a part of Hydra, so he's the one that he ordered the kill on him, but it didn't happen. Blah, 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 da, da, da. You know.
Wow. Okay. Well, honestly, didn't anticipate this. What can I say? But I'll make you watch a new movie on Hulu. Watch Vacation Friends, the new one with John Cena. I don't think you've seen that one, have you?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. I'll watch
Okay.
it too. Why not?
As a goof. All right.
That feels good. For those of you who've been sticking around,
It was like one of 3,
1 of 8.
maybe.
Shout out to you. Staying strong. No tiebreaker. I feel like we've had a tiebreaker for quite some time.
Every time.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's cut to the break. Hopefully this isn't a super long episode. I'll probably cut it down a little bit.
Okay.
All right. I'll see you in a little bit.
Shang-Chi, the master of unarmed, weaponry-based kung fu, is forced to confront his past after being drawn into the Ten Rings organization in Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, or as my mom likes to say it, the 7 bracelets.
Is it 7, she says?
Yeah. She just, every time she said it, she just could not get it right. Starring Simu Liu, Awkwafina, and Tony Leung. Directed by Destin Daniel Cretton, who is the director, I think he's the director of like one of my favorite movies, Short Term 12. Is it not? I don't know.
I don't
Written
know.
by Dave Callaham, Destin Daniel Cretton, and Andrew Lanham.
Nice. That's is that it? All you got?
Yep.
It's my turn, right? Okay. Critics gave it a 8 out of 10 on IMDb and a 92% on Rotten Tomatoes. You gave it a 4 stars. I gave it 4.5 just because I'm better than you.
Okay.
And Letterboxd in general just gave it a 3.9, which I looked it up right now, which is why I look so excited. I looked up highest rated MCU movies on Letterboxd, and happy to say Shang-Chi is tied for number 1. Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame also have a 3.9 rating. So
wildly overestimated for that one. No, wildly overrated, those two.
Yeah,
Shang-Chi's way better.
And Shang-Chi did it without the entire like MCU like roster, which I think just speaks to this the greatness of this movie. As you can tell, we both really like it.
I probably should have put 4.5. I don't know. I'm like, I don't know. I'm refining my stars. But yes, I fucking loved it. I keep telling people it's probably one of my, I don't know, I don't really rank any of the movies. I guess we might do that soon. We keep saying we're going to do it. I don't know when.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah. But it's definitely in top 5 for me.
Yeah,
I don't know where.
I
but
agree.
It's truly one of the better ones. Loved it.
Yeah, it just felt so fresh. Like they weren't trying as hard, I feel. I mean, they were trying hard, but it wasn't obvious.
Yes.
And they kind of had to try hard, you know, just because it's kind of a big gamble, I feel like.
I mean, another thing, too, is I think a big indicator of how I know how I feel about movies is the general like feeling I have when I leave the theater. And this one, like for comparison, for Black Widow, I did like it a lot, but I didn't feel like any sort of attachment to the movie. Like I was like, oh, that was interesting. Okay. Like whatever. When's Spider-Man coming out? You know, that kind of thing. But this one, I don't know. I kept thinking about it. I just kept thinking about like how cool all of it was, the funny moments. It made me, like Black Widow didn't really give me any sort of, it didn't really make any like new ties that like for me to the MCU. Like, I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but what I mean is like, I didn't have any sort of, like inkling to wanting to look shit up or to like theorize certain things, to know about the origin of Black Widow even more. Like I didn't really care as much, and I don't know if it's just because of the character, but I can't remember the last time I felt this way about any sort of superhero. And so I think I had to take that into account when I said like why I really love it, is because I think it brought me more into the MCU, and it really made me super excited to see him in other films. Like I don't have any character in the MCU currently where if they pop up in a movie, I'd be like so excited. But I definitely, if I see him in another one, like if he pops up in like the end credits for Spider-Man or something, then that's when I'd be excited.
Yeah, especially
or like, let's say there's another like Infinity War where like people, you know, remember when they were snapping, or like when the snap happened, they were snapping. When the snap happened and people were like, this, you know,
when the snaps happened?
To fight. You know, when he snapped and like a bunch of people turned into dust. I mean, I didn't really. I guess I did care, but I was like, they're going to come back, so who cares? But, like, if he was a part of that, I think I'd be really sad.
Yeah.
Like, I see why people are, like, so tied into what happens to these characters.
I'm very interested to see him interact with all the other characters. And, like, we got a glimpse of that with, you know, Wong and Captain Marvel and Mark Ruffalo. But I just imagining it's just going to be so interesting, especially because, you know, he's such a funny character. Like he's funny, but also he just adds so much more to the dynamic, I feel. And
another thing is just the actors. Like, and also I saw somebody say, like, Sebastian and I were watching this video of I guess just breaking down the movie scene by scene, and this one guy just said the reason that this movie was so good was that it mostly, I mean, it was a Shang-Chi movie, but it's mostly about his dad.
Mm-hmm.
And the actor, first of all, I didn't even realize that was the guy from In the Mood for Love.
Is it? It is.
Yeah.
What a world.
I know. I kept thinking he looks so familiar, and I thought it was just because I'd seen him in the trailer so many times. And then I looked him up.
Wow. I feel
I
should have known that. Oh, yeah, it's amazing. That's one thing I was talking to Kayla about, where we were saying all of the characters, like, I truly believed in what they were doing. Even the dad, you know, he just loved his wife. You can't blame him for it. His actions were completely controlled by his grief. And
yeah, I'd be the same exact way.
Yeah.
The same exact way. If you heard the voice of somebody you love that much telling you that they, you know, what's happening, like they need to be released, and, you know, you're going to believe them, and you're going to hold on to that hope that you can still save them, especially because he had believed so much that it was his fault.
Right. He wanted to do everything in his power to bring her back.
Mm-hmm.
So that was cool. That was interesting because I feel like a lot of the villains, like, I don't know, Thanos, you can't really relate or
yeah, they tried so hard to get us to care about him and Gamora, but like honestly, I didn't believe that he loved her. Like I didn't really care. I just thought he was like had this weird fascination with her. But like especially we're talking about this and how the best villains are the ones that you kind of agree with or you kind of like sympathize with. Like the one I can think of is Loki. I remember when I first saw Loki in a movie, I was like, this is so fucking interesting that you understand why he's so pissed, and you're like, honestly, I'd be the same way. And same with this guy. I completely see where he's coming from, and even though he's very irrational, it's really hard to rationalize with somebody who is in that much grief.
Right. And he did have that redeeming, arc towards the end.
When it was like way too late, but
yeah, but I think it was a good. It wasn't like, what was the point? It was like the right time.
I also love how they leaned into the like cultural aspect of it. I mean, something that I can't obviously identify with because I'm not, Asian, but the thing I think that as Mexicans we can identify with is the ancestral grief of it all, and how even though like all the rings are like very much a symbol of that, of him. And I think that's what that video said, of just they weigh him down physically, but also like emotionally, because he's having to deal with all the terrible shit that his dad did with them. And I mean, it wasn't, I don't know if we can definitively say that it was his dad's fault, but it was definitely his dad's dealing with the rings and their fault that his mom died. So I don't know. I know it's not that like intense with us, but it is some sort of like thing you have to reckon with when you have, like when you and your people or you and your ancestry have such dark shit, and like, you look at yourself every day in the mirror and you're like, well, the only reason I look this way is because of this happening. And I think I really like how they bring that into like, sure, the Ten Rings is cool, and like Awkwafina's character is like super interested in what he does, and she's like, why are you hiding this from me? But he's like, I'm ashamed of it. Like, my dad taught me how to kill people and I killed somebody. So like, sure, it's cool to you that I know how to kill somebody, but like, I don't like it, and it wasn't my choice, and I have to carry it around. Even though it's not my choice to be this type of person, I have to carry it around with me every single day. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's just so fresh, and I feel like it could have gotten bad introducing or reintroducing Trevor. I feel like it could have gotten, like, what's the point?
Oh yeah.
Just
Loved
like too. It could have been too much, but I think they played it They played it perfectly, you know.
I
'Cause,
also love that the insight that it gives into his dad, where his dad like very much could have killed him and like probably really wanted to, but then he's just like, well, you'll just perform for us, whatever.
yeah, so like he's still like good at heart.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, yeah. His outfits too. I was telling Dad that the outfit he had whenever he was, the mom first died, and he put the rings back on, and he had that suit that like he,
Like rolled up.
oh, what a cool outfit. That was it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was amazing. I don't know. The
fight
action
scenes, holy shit.
very good. I was
The first
completely.
thing Sorry.
Go for it.
I was gonna say the first thing I told Sebastian was that the fight scenes in this movie made any other fight scene in any Avengers movie look like dog shit. Like these fight scenes were fucking amazing.
My favorite was the bus scene, mainly because it reminded me of the Spider-Man 2, that train fight sequence. Just because it's like, I will say, I feel like Shang-Chi did utilize everything in that train, and it just shows like how skillful he is and how like trained he is, which is super cool to see. Dude from Creed was the knife arm dude. That's cool to see.
Oh, I think in the video we saw, they said he's like a MMA fighter. No.
He's in Creed. He's like
Oh, okay. I don't remember him.
villain in Creed.
In the first one?
The second one, I think. Because he's,
Okay.
what's his name's son? The German dude.
Oh. Okay. I have to watch that again.
Oh,
I don't remember
Drago.
that.
Yeah, he's Drago's son. That dude is jacked.
Interesting. Yeah, he's scary. Especially fucking machete for an arm. Forget about it. Oh, and we were watching that like scene breakdown, and I forgot the way that one of those guys like pushed Aquafina back. He pushed her hard. Like, you remember that's like how we started to like get like really pissed.
Mm-hmm.
Man, he pushed her hard. I think I would have just like really like cried. Yeah, I don't know what I would have done. But yeah, that's the thing too I love about this movie is that the fight scenes, because sorry, I'm gonna keep comparing to like Avengers movie or just like the rest of the MCU.
Naturally.
But like all of those fights, like even in Winter Soldier, even like no matter who is the character, like if you would have blurred their face out or something or just shown their silhouettes, I couldn't tell you who it is. But like this one, every fight, like every person who was fighting had such distinct styles that felt like they were so tailored to them and their backstory. And I don't know if that just has to do with like Kung Fu and like how the nature of that kind of fighting and how it is very personal. But holy shit, that was so good. Like the bus scene, because that's the scene breakdown. What he did is he also talked about how the bus scene is a lot of real like martial arts kind of fighting, but he also brings in, like you said, using the practical stuff. So like bouncing off of that, the thing that connects the two parts of the bus, like using his jacket, like just using everything that he can. But also using his fight style, or even whenever he learns how to fight, like his mom, like opening his hand and yeah, like basically not just shedding, like what she said in the movie where she said, you have to take what we both give you and make something of your own. And I feel like they really, they didn't just tell us that, they showed it to us. Like they did the good combo of both. Because Marvel movies, I mean, it's still a Marvel movie, so they're going to dumb some stuff down, but like,
yeah, like,
I didn't hate it.
The reason I think I took off 1.5 stars is like just the cheesiness, which is gonna happen.
Which, yeah.
But the part that I was like, oh my god, was when you see, when his parents first meet, you see.
Oh, the slow-mo?
Yeah, the slow-mo part. I was like,
cringy. But you know what? What Sebastian I learned, and that I think explains that and makes me like a little bit more, is the same person that choreographed the movie. He choreographed the Matrix movies. So I was like, oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
The amount of slow-mo.
Well, it wasn't even like the fact that it was slow-mo. It was like the
Oh,
same
yeah.
shot. Exactly,
Uh-huh.
which I guess I get because you want to show that, he learned from his mom. But I was just like,
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, this movie did have some flaws, but loved it.
solid.
Absolutely loved it. And I will say, there's one scene whenever he's fighting. First of all, did you know that the person with the mask that I think I'm probably the only person that didn't know this, but the person with the mask and it looked like they had like a long ponytail that he was fighting, like really scary. The character's name is the Death Dealer, which is probably the best villain name I've ever heard. But whenever he was fighting the Death Dealer, that fight scene, it was just so fast and so there was just so much going on that I was just in the theater. I was literally like, oh my god, I was kind of anxious, but in the best way, because I was like, what the fuck? Everything's happening all at the same time. But oh yeah, I forgot about that. The fight in the scaffolding. Holy shit! I thought when I first saw that, I was like, oh, we've seen this before, but it was really good. His sister, amazing. Not just the fighting, but her haircut, amazing.
Oh yeah, that weapon that they used, where it's like a blade attached to a rope.
Badass.
I want to learn how to use that. That looks so cool.
You would hurt yourself instantly.
100%. I'd stab my thigh. I would just kick it out, bring it back, and it would just go straight into my thigh. But it would be cool. Yeah.
A very cool weapon. I want to live in that little village. And the villain, because I thought the villain would be the dad, but the actual villain, holy shit, terrifying. Absolutely terrifying.
Super soaker or demon soul sucker. Yeah,
scary as hell.
I want to learn more about that. That aspect, the lore of that. Because
that's not going to just go away.
Yeah, I feel like, well, I mean, didn't it go away? Didn't they just kill it?
Yeah, but I mean, maybe now that it's out, maybe it'll come back somehow.
Because I was asking Kayla,
what I mean?
I was like, why didn't they do that the first time? Why did they lock it up? Why not just kill it?
I don't think they can.
Yeah, then I realized they didn't have the 10 rings to help them.
Well, they did. They also didn't have Shang-Chi. So that's another thing I'm talking about. Was there anything else other? Because I kind of want to skip to the end.
No,
it was also
ready.
Just generally really funny.
Yeah, it was really funny, and not like a bad funny. I really liked he kind of was like the fight promoter, but he was really funny.
Yeah.
He was really funny.
He's in he's really funny in Crazy Rich Asians.
Mm-hmm.
He plays one of the cousins. He's really funny in that one.
Cousin. Yeah.
I hope he's in more. Oh, I think he's a comedian, isn't he? He's on the Daily Show.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I think. Yeah, he's very funny.
Carry on with the end.
The very end, I mean, it's kind of, he gets the rings, obviously. We kind of knew that was going to happen, but I really love the way they did it. Another interesting thing, and I think it goes towards the after credit scene. Also, this is the first time I was not annoyed that they had some. I was actually very excited and sat my happy ass down and just waited. But the first one, I think it was, what was the first one? Well, I love that no, that was in the end credit scene. Sorry, my brain just farted.
That was scary. I love the you just did a quick reboot.
Well, because I was thinking the karaoke thing.
I
thought that was at the very end.
What the fuck was that, bro?
I'm sorry. It's almost 11.
Yeah, sorry.
But it's okay. What was I saying?
The karaoke thing.
I thought that was the very end of the movie. It doesn't matter. I don't know why I just stopped. Full stop. Hold up.
No, the end is when they walked in the portal, right?
Yeah, I forgot about that. But the interesting thing, thing I'm confused about, and I don't think there's any answers. I think it's one of the things that they left open. But how the reason that what was his name?
Wong?
Wong, yes. So the reason that Wong like found them was because as soon as Shang-Chi used the rings, there was some sort of beacon was sent, and they like showed it, and it looked very similar to in Age of Ultron when they're trying to show like what Jarvis looks like versus
A heartbeat. It looked like that.
Yeah, exactly. And so that was interesting, but I also was wondering because another thing we found out was that I guess we kind of assumed that his dad had just had the rings like all the time, like we never really questioned where they came from. But we found out that they'd been like in existence for like way longer than his dad had ever had them.
Yeah, not from Earth.
Exactly. Another thing, I don't know if they said this, and maybe I'm just dumb, but Sebastian pointed out that when he wears the rings, he doesn't age. Am I just dumb? I didn't know that.
Did you like fall asleep during the beginning? Because like it's like.
Oh, did they say that?
Yeah, I mean like the first.
Sebastian's nodding.
In the beginning, it's like obviously not like 2018 or whatever. Like it's.
I thought it was just that lazy thing that movies do where they're like,
oh, we're gonna use the same actor to show the same family.
Yeah.
I get that, like, but no.
We're just gonna like put his hair like more even so that he's aged and he knows how to take care of his hair. Okay, no, I'm just dumb. It's okay. That's known. That's fine.
Yeah. Well, he also mentioned like I've lived 1,000 lifetimes.
Okay, but I didn't realize it was because of the rings. I don't know. I'm dumb, Anthony. I didn't realize that, but now we understand. So, and that's why he took them off, because he was going to grow old with his wife, and then he put them back on because she died. Got it. Okay, so so interesting that I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, so I wonder if, well, I guess they're saying that because Shang-Chi has them now, that it's like everything has changed, and like maybe what I was telling Sebastian is I wonder if it's like the hammer in Thor, where all these people, like anybody can, well, not anybody can have the hammer, but like for the rings, for example, like his dad obviously found him somehow, and they came to him somehow, unless that's another part of the movie I missed where they explained it. But they were always meant for his son, and that's why they're like, okay, well, we were with the person that we're supposed to be with, so
it could explain
going down.
It could explain the color as well. Although I don't know, because whenever his mom did that whole like fireball thing with them, they were also the same like yellow orangish color. But when his dad used it, it was purple. Maybe it's just like what their intent is for the.
Well, that's what I mean is that his dad obviously didn't use them for a great reason, but his son is more worthy. And I guess that's why I'm talking about Thor, because he's like, you have to be worthy. Like maybe he's more like worthy of them. But then that's the question, is who's the beacon for?
Yeah, I don't know. Like when I saw it before I heard them say beacon, I thought it was like a heartbeat. Like the rings are alive and they like have feelings and stuff like that. That was what I was like.
Or maybe it's kind of like the Green Lantern, right? Where there's a bunch of them.
I guess. I don't know. My thing.
Was Green Lantern MCU?
No.
No. Sebastian. Is that like really obvious?
Lame. Yeah.
I don't know. Supposed to know that.
I'll give you. I'll let this one slide. Okay.
All right. Whatever.
My theory. I don't know if it's like. I just need to do like a surface level research to get this debunked, but I feel like all of these things are happening all at once. Like I feel like Shang-Chi getting the rings probably happens at the same time that WandaVision or Wanda, like the big WandaVision thing happens where she becomes the Scarlet Witch, which also happens when Doctor Strange casts the spell to start the universe, which is also when Loki,
What do they call it? A Nexus event? Like maybe that's what it is?
I
That's
feel
one
like
of them?
I feel like they're all Nexus events, possibly. All the
Interesting.
maybe this like all happen at the same time. That's my like current theory. Like I said, it could be easily debunked, but I feel like all of these big things are happening, obviously for Phase 4, but I feel like they're all a part of a giant Nexus event. But I don't know. We'll find out.
Interesting.
The first
Yeah.
after credit scene, laid up for a slam dunk sequel, and I feel like the second one set up for a good show.
Yeah,
Right?
that's what people were saying.
I feel like it would be a good show. I don't know if it could be an entire movie, but I feel like it would be a solid show. The 10 Rings.
Yeah. Agreed.
That's all I got.
Very excited. I really liked that. I liked both of them, the end credit scenes. I really, one of my favorite lines, or one of my favorite things, or the things that made me laugh the most, was obviously the karaoke scene, but also when Captain Marvel was like, not Mark, what's his name? Bruce will give you my number, and he's like, I don't know why she said that. I don't have her number. I just thought that was funny. It made me laugh a lot. Yeah.
And then that's when
Solid.
Bruce said to Shang-Chi and to, I don't remember her name, Aquafina's character.
Katie?
Katie. He said, welcome to the circus.
Okay, another question. Why, I was just so confused about why he kept saying that, like, both of them are involved in this. Like, what does she do? Is because she's the friend?
I guess.
Is she supposed to be, like, a character that I don't know?
I don't know. I gotta be honest.
Okay,
I don't know.
do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it did feel weird because Wong was like, I need you too.
he's like, both of you need to get some rest. And I'm like, well, because she shot a bow and arrow one time. Honestly, better than Hawkeye in one shot. Iconic.
That's funny.
It'd be cool if, like, I hope that's what I'm, like, leading to. I hope that means that she is somehow, like,
right.
a superhero, and, like, nobody knew, or she didn't know, I mean, they didn't show her dad, right? So, like, who could that be?
Oh, Kayla. No, I don't know.
What?
I tried to look it up, but I couldn't find anything. We were just talking about that too.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, we'll see.
Also, are they setting them up as, like, love interests or just friends? That'd be cool to just have, like, platonic friendships.
Yeah.
I feel like they never do that.
You said they wouldn't do that?
I feel like they never do every time. Because I was like, oh, well, they're just going to, like, make out at the end. And they did. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, somebody who has a very close friendship with a guy, I'm like, well, I hope they show platonic friendships like that.
That'd be cool. I mean, they're pioneering. They're real trailblazers for Phase 4 of the MCU. So I'm excited to see what happens with Shang-Chi.
I'm very excited to see what his role is in the Avengers. Oh, that's one thing I told Sebastian that I'm worried about. But hopefully this new phase won't, dig up what happened in the past ones. But I get nervous every time they introduce any person of color. Because I'm like, oh, they're just going to push him to the side. And it seems like that's not happening with this new phase, but I don't know. I don't trust as easily. Where I'm like, oh, I think he needs to be, like, the leader. He needs to be one of the main people. But I'm scared that they're just going to be like Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, and then fucking Bucky.
Bucky Barnes.
They don't have a good track record with treating actors of color well. Or they let people, like, the fanboys that are just, like, annoying as fuck and racist. They just let them do whatever,
Yeah.
And they just, like, adhere to what they want. So hopefully we see him in, like, I hope he's the next, like, Iron Man where he's in every single fucking movie. Or I guess Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange's, like, in everything right now.
Yeah. But, I mean, the character calls for it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm excited. We have Eternals next. Excited to see that.
Oh, I'm so excited for Eternals.
Yeah, Kit Harington. Excited to see his character. I don't know anything about his character.
I didn't even know he was in it. Why is he in it? He's not one of the Eternals, is he?
No, I think he plays a character, something Knight.
I'm already I think my favorite Eternal, is that what they're called?
Yeah.
I think my favorite one is the one that looks like a kid.
Mm-hmm. It does like
Already my favorite.
the fireworks in the trailer. He plays Black Knight.
What is that?
I don't know. I'd have to do research.
All right.
All right. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't have anything else to say.
Me neither.
Solid. Thanks for listening. Go to our website, brothersistershow.com. You can find us everywhere there. So it's just a good one-stop shop to reach out or something.
Go see Shang-Chi in theaters, please.
Yeah, it's already breaking a shit ton of records, so don't think. Just go watch it. Yeah, just go watch it.
It's very good.
Yeah, and let us know what you think. All right, we gotta end this long episode.
All right, bye.
Peace.